En UFC Conectado, Sajid Saud nos cuenta cómo su peculiar estilo de entrenamiento ha llevado al equipo Fortis MMA a un nuevo nivel de éxito. Anthony Lionheart Smith explica su perspectiva de vida como peleador en Código de Guerrero.
It's the biggest adrenaline rush because you know what's about to happen.
El peso semicompleto australiano Jimmy Crute detalla la especial relación con su entrenador principal, Sam Greco. Y daremos un vistazo detrás de cámaras durante la grabación del comercial de Venom y los nuevos uniformes de la UFC. Hola y bienvenidos a UFC Conectado. El entrenador principal de Fortis MMA, Sajid Saud, ha sido una de las historias de mayor éxito en los últimos años. Aunque Sajid solía ser peleador, encontró su llamado como instructor. Los resultados hablan por sí solos, ya que su lista de atletas sigue creciendo y haciéndose sentir en los rankings de la UFC. Sajid nos da acceso a sus entrenamientos y nos habla de las claves de su éxito en Esquina de Peleadores.
Freestyle, go. 20 seconds. Finish the fight.
I fought for a couple years. I trained out of Jackson's Wink in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was undefeated. I was 3-0 pro. Things were going well, and I just started falling apart. I tore my bicep twice. I tore my ACL. And I just knew that, the recovery time was going to be at least a year and a half, and I was going to lose all my momentum, and it was just time to transition. I just took all my experience as a fighter, an athlete, from all the coaches that I worked with, and I tried to take the best things from everybody. We are a little different than some of the other bigger gyms. Obviously, we're like the new kids on the block.
Good. Nice, I like that. Set it up a little bit more.
I think we have like 16 or 17 in the UFC, and I've built almost every one of them from the ground up, and it's just different. The connection that I have with the athletes, we just have been through so much together. We've just built a bond and a trust and a respect that I think allows us to communicate effectively and be successful in the cage at the highest level.
Time. Good job. Go.
My philosophy in coaching is just to be straightforward.
Nice pressure.
Having fought myself and just understanding how kind of chaotic things are in there. You're in the middle of a war.
Nice. I don't want you brawling with him.
I try to just be really direct to my guys, tell them exactly where they're at and what they need to do to win.
You cannot get lazy in the defense against them, you understand? Yeah. You gotta get your hands up. Yeah, finish. Step in. Yeah, finish. 144, I need a finish, dude.
The ultimate goal as a coach is to build champions. Championships are what history remembers in all sports. It's the same standard as it is for football and basketball. It's championships and it's titles.
Kneel on three. 1, 2, 3, kneel! Good job, guys.
Fight week is about having fun and making the weight and kind of healing up too from camp and being ready to peak fight night.
That was all timing, man. That was timing.
And dude. I think experiencing it lets me sympathize with my athletes a lot. Going through a camp, opponent changes, cutting the weight, making the weight, being mentally prepared, physically prepared, dealing through injuries. These are all things that, all my athletes go through, and I think it really has helped me tremendously that I went through it myself.
Give me 20 seconds of hands. Nice hook. Yeah, you ready. That's it.
I don't tell my guys and girls this, but I get so much more nervous for them than I ever did for myself. But, you've got to be a leader in that locker room, and, you've got to glean confidence and make your fighter feel that same confidence. My role during the fight is to be the eyes and to try to give the athlete any insight that they don't see.
Make the angle, girl. Nice.
If they're behind, trying to inspire them and motivate them to pull forward. If they're winning, trying to secure that victory.
Breakaway, nice.
He separates, very nicely done. Oh.
Stay on him, Macy.
Macy's all over here.
Oh, he's out.
Mazzani goes down.
That's it.
Macy chefs on by knockout. Fortis MMA continues to make its presence felt here in the UFC.
The hardest thing about coaching is watching somebody work so hard do everything right.
Ryan, hands up. Good work. Nice, he's there. Finish him, finish him, finish.
And then go and make one wrong move.
Get up, Ryan, get up.
You know, it's never good to have your guys lose, but to see them get knocked out and to see them really get hurt, it really bothers me. But that's part of the risk and also part of the reward. Every fighter's different. Some guys don't do well when you yell at them. They shut down. Some guys need to kick an ass. You know, it fires them up.
Let's go, dude. You need to wake up, you understand? You are ready for this.
Sometimes people need to hear, hey, you're really sucking right now. You've got to get going.
Jackson looking to find a home for that guillotine.
You gotta lock it up 100%.
Now he's on top. At least this time, Dom, he made an adjustment. That's tight.
It's about giving them whatever they need at that moment.
You're not tired, Kenny. You let it go. Put the pace on him, son.
Jeff Neal fight, we were at home and we were in Dallas and it was in front of all of our family and friends and members at the gym.
Chin down, hands up, buddy. Go to work. Take the angle. Be first, Jeff. Nice. Don't get in a slugfest, Jeff. Get off the fence, Jeff. I want you to stick to the game plan, Jeff.
We worked on that left head kick all camp. The code was 0-0. I said it to him twice in a row and he set it up.
0-0.
For him to be so present, to hear that, you know, with 20,000 people screaming, and to be able to execute it, that definitely was a special moment.
There's the tap. Diego Ferreira submits Anthony Pettis in round 2.
Right hand from Hall. Uriah Hall with the 4th round stoppage of the legend Anderson Silva.
Seeing all that hard work, seeing everything that they put in pay off when they get their hand raised, that's really why I do the job. I mean, that's where the gratification comes in. The most rewarding thing about being a coach is changing people's lives. I think ultimately one of the most satisfying things as you enter the next phase in your life is, you know, how do you help others? How do you share what you've learned? Coaching just really is the great outlet for that. It's something I'm very grateful for and something that I don't take for granted and something I'm going to keep doing for a while.
Love you, buddy.
Condone that, Jimmy.
Muchos atribuyen su experiencia como peleador a su éxito como entrenador. Lo cierto es que Sajid Saud es el responsable de llevar a sus peleadores al próximo nivel. Ahora vamos a una pausa, pero al regreso, Anthony Lionheart Smith explica su perspectiva de vida como peleador en Código de Guerrero. Y más adelante, daremos un vistazo detrás de cámaras durante la grabación del comercial de Venom y los nuevos uniformes de la UFC. Si buscas un ejemplo de alguien que personifica la vida de un peleador, Anthony Smith es la persona indicada. Con el acertado apodo de Lionheart o Corazón de León, la dedicación de Smith al deporte de las artes marciales mixtas y su desempeño dentro del octágono le han ganado el respeto de peleadores y fanáticos. Smith nos da una muestra de lo que se necesita para mantenerse en el mayor nivel de este deporte en Código de Guerrero.
For me personally, my discipline is what makes me so successful. Training is hard and it's long, and if you don't have the discipline to show up when you don't want to, you never go. You know, if I only went to train the times where I'm feeling good or that I'm feeling in the mood to go do it, I wouldn't do it. Being away from my family, away from my kids, away from my fiance, my friends, I'm kind of isolated by myself. I don't hang out with fighters. I don't hang out with athletes. I hang out with regular people, and those people aren't in my sport. If I wasn't disciplined, I just wouldn't do it, you know? And then when it comes down to the fight, I'm obviously an instinctual fighter, but there's a lot of discipline that comes along with that. Your instincts are really just, it's really just training coming out.
Anthony Spencer, Lionheart finishes Andrew Sanchez.
says.
You know, in the fights, I have to be able to listen to my coaches. I have to trust them and be disciplined to do exactly what they want me to do. Stepping in the octagon, it's the biggest adrenaline rush. Like you'll never experience it anywhere else because you know what's about to happen. You know that the other man that's in there, especially at this level, is one of the most dangerous men walking the planet. The crowd's going crazy. You see Bruce Buffer walking in, it's insane. So I don't care how many planes you jump out of, I don't care how many times you bungee jump or all the crazy stuff you do, you'll never ever feel that rush. It's like nothing else matters. When I'm in the heat of battle, I don't really feel the crowd. It's like it's just me and him. I hear my coaches, but other than that, I don't really hear the roars of the crowd when a punch is landed or the boos if they're not enjoying it. I guess I don't really notice my surroundings because I'm just in the moment that I'm in. And it's probably because I just enjoy being there so much.
There it is. That's it.
Everybody likes to win. Not everybody enjoys the actual action of fighting. That's what I love more than anything in the world. I love the feeling of landing a clean punch, and I like being in those really tight exchanges where you got punches whizzing by your face.
Oh! Drops him with the elbow! Anthony Lionheart Smith with a huge win tonight!
Everything about it just drives me crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I can't fight anymore because I don't know where I'm gonna get that rush. I think hard is the unwillingness to submit. And that's in every sense of the game. There's guys out there that are better than I am. There's guys that are stronger, there's guys that are faster, but no one's gonna out-heart me. It's never gonna happen. I want it more than anybody else. And that's why I'm where I'm at. Earlier in my career, I wasn't anywhere close to as good as I am now. I got through a lot of fights and a lot of situations just off of pure heart because I just wanted it more. And that's what having heart means to me. It's the burning fire to succeed. By any means necessary, I'll do whatever it takes to get the win.
He's down on the scorecard. He's got about half the round left to get this win. That right hand's left.
I never lose my heart. You know, I never lose that unwavering will to win. You're exhausted, you're broken, you're tired, but you still have it.
He is a ferocious competitor.
No matter how many rounds I'm down or how bad I'm beaten or whatever, I always feel like I can win.
Another finish! Lionheart Smith, wow, continues his rise to the top.
I think your legacy is something that's important, but when this career's all said and done and I hang it up, I hope that they say that I treated everyone with respect, that I carried myself with some amount of pride, that I didn't step on someone else to get to where I'm going. I want to keep doing what I love as long as I can and supporting my family to do that. As long as my friends and family are proud of the things that I've done and are proud to say that I'm their friend or that I'm their dad or that I'm their husband, that's all I really care about.
Como muestra Smith, el éxito como peleador no solo se trata del desempeño dentro del octágono, se trata de un estilo de vida dedicado al deporte. Y no se vayan, porque al regreso daremos un vistazo detrás de cámaras durante la grabación del comercial de Venom y los nuevos uniformes de la UFC. Jimmy Crute atribuye mucho del éxito de su carrera a la leyenda australiana del combate Sam Grego. Como mentor y entrenador principal, Grego ha guiado a Crute en un viaje como peleador profesional, donde ya es considerado un futuro contendiente en la división de peso semicompleto. Damos un viaje a Melbourne, Australia, para aprender un poco más de la historia de esta relación en Enfoque.
I always had a fascination with combat sports. As a kid, I didn't go looking for trouble or anything. If it was there, I would jump headfirst into it. If it wasn't for martial arts, I would have gone down a pretty dark path. You know, I started karate when I was 4. When I was 12, I started jiu-jitsu. I discovered the UFC when I was 12 as well, and then as soon as I seen that, I never looked back. That's exactly what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. Sam Greco, he's a legend around here. One of the greatest kickboxers to ever come out of the country. The moment me and Sam met, it was a connection.
Some of the people that I fought, Peter Ertz, Ernesto Hoost, Jerome Labana, Ray Sefu, some of the greatest stars in K1. The feeling was just absolutely remarkable. You know, walking out to stadiums where there could be 30,000 people, there could be 70,000 people. It was a golden era. I met Jimmy about 7 years ago. I'm sort of cautious on who I take on. But I knew within the first week, this kid has got a lot of talent. He's just going to be molded, you know? He just has to be molded into the right person. And sure enough, we got him.
Here is the 22-year-old Australian, Jimmy Crute. Oh, stunned him. Oh, that's it. One shot and it is over.
I'm a big fan of Jim Crute. To have another superstar from Australia, we love it. I'm looking forward to seeing him fight again in the UFC.
I love you, bud.
Jimmy Crute makes his very first walk towards the octagon. A very, very confident young man at just 22 years of age.
In his corner, Sam Greco, an excellent kickboxer turned MMA trainer.
Well done, son. Go, Jimmy. Go, Jimmy. He's trying to rip that arm around Paul Craig's back.
Oh, we got a tap!
It's stopped! Jimmy! Love you, brother.
Oh! Big knockdown for Crute. Jimmy Crute, 10-0!
Go, finish it. Pause it.
That's a tap. Wow!
Yeah! It is another win for Jimmy Crute inside the octagon. Jimmy! I love you, son!
Sometimes I have to pinch myself, and sometimes I have to remind myself that, like, because we're so close now, sometimes I have to, like, remind myself, wow, you were such a massive fan of this guy before you started working with him. It's pretty, like, surreal. We have such a really close relationship. He's taught me business. He's taught me how to speak well. Like, when I first started with Sam, I'd be a nervous wreck. He made me practice in front of the mirror until I got good at it. There's just so many layers of why Sam's a good head coach and role model that people don't see. My last fight on Hex Fight Series, I was defending my light heavyweight title. Sam was a bit off before the fight. Like he was just like, oh, I don't feel well. Like I can't hold pads. Just warm up. And he was still there though. He was still cornering.
I started wrapping Jimmy's hands up, and I started to get this burn through my chest, and it felt like someone just put a knife through my back. I didn't want to say anything to Jimmy. I thought, nah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. This is the most important fight of this guy's career. Don't stuff this up, you know?
After the fight, you get driven to the hospital.
Sure enough, I had a 99% blockage in one of my main arteries. Jimmy came to see me the next day and the poor kid was crying. It's actually quite emotional because I see Jimmy as my son, you know?
He stayed for 5 rounds through the whole fight while having a heart attack. That just shows how staunch Sam Greco is when it comes to his guys.
You know, I wear my heart on my sleeve with all my guys. I don't care who you are, and I'll always guide them. I'll always do the best. If I can, I'll always be there. You know, I'll never pull out.
Sam's legendary status sort of speaks for itself.
Come on, this is it.
Be able to work with him so close, you really get a really good view of who Sam is. He comes down here and obviously his main obligation is to Jimmy.
Upgraded position, come on, good Jimmy.
Having someone so seasoned in combat sports, that's something that you really can't put value on.
Nice, hands back up. Jimmy would have to be the most coachable athlete that I've ever come across. Snap, good. He's a guy that you say it once, he does it. Nice. He's very smart. He's actually one step ahead of everyone else. I see a lot of me in him, but he's got his own niche. He really has. There's a lot of fighters out there that are constantly working physically hard, but I think what's lacking is the mental strength, the mental aspect. Throughout all our training, it's that mental discipline. It's that drive and how bad you want it. Just before we walk out, I always talk about all the work that we've done and why we're there today, why we deserve to win, why we deserve to be in #1 spot. And it's not going to be easy. But if you know you've done the work, you've got nothing to worry about.
Oh! What a right hand! With that right. Followed up and again with a left hook! That is it! Knockout for Jimmy Crute!
I just wanted to emulate like old school Sammy G.
He's a lot better athlete than I ever was. I'm proud to say that. I'm just happy to be around to pass on my knowledge to Jimmy today, tomorrow, and every other day, as long as I'm breathing and living, and I'll always pass my knowledge because knowledge is powerful.
En abril del 2021, la UFC entró en una nueva era con la revelación de los uniformes para los peleadores, creados con la autenticidad de la marca Venom. El anuncio fue hecho por medio de una pieza promocional oficial, presentando a peleadores destacados en las filas de la UFC. En Acceso Total, nos unimos al equipo en el set de grabación para dar un vistazo exclusivo detrás de cámara al proceso de creación.
Today, we basically rented out this awesome space. We're shooting this product release video for Venom.
We're here to officially show off the fight kits for the first time. We sat down and we just said, if we were given the opportunity to do whatever we wanted, like what would it look like? And luckily, everything kind of came together.
Today is a very exciting day because we are shooting for the collaboration between UFC and Venom.
I like the background, it's like so cool.
like DC, I'm always tucked in, hat on, hood up, 2 socks.
UFC is now partnered with Venom. They're going to be the new outfitting sponsor for the UFC. So we're here doing a photo shoot with a few other fighters.
Man, I love it. I love it. I feel like ready.
I watched another photo shoots before, but not like this. This looks like impressive, you know? Valentina, with Michael, with Antonina. Like, I know for you maybe it's like a normal date, but for me it's so exciting right now. It's really comfortable too, you know? I feel like, yeah.
Our new fighter gear looks very cool. It feels very good, very comfortable. I mean, I like the colors. Today I was shooting with a red short and red top.
Venom has that history and understanding of the fight game. They understand the fighters and the essence of fighting, and so they've really looked to materials that are performance-based and that fit the athlete.
It's like sporty, stylish. It makes your body type even nicer.
Stand by and dolly.
It feels comfortable. And this is what's important for a fighter because I will warm up in my fight kit. I will fight in my fight kit. And that's why I need it to be perfect.
Watching Valentina do her shadow boxing and then having them be like, all right, Mike, now it's your turn. I'm like, she kind of set the bar a little bit high. I like this partnership. I like the fact that Venom is a company that's been in combat sports for a long time. And I feel like they understand the fighters and the things that we like. And I'm excited to see where this partnership goes going forward.
I had an amazing time. All the crew, they're amazing and like so easy to work with. I can't wait to see the final footage.
I'm very happy with how it's looking on camera and I think it's gonna be awesome.
That's a wrap.
Best people,
Y así terminamos este episodio, pero no olvides contactarnos y compartir tus opiniones en línea utilizando el hashtag UFC Conectado. Nos vemos a la próxima.